What's up, everybody? Welcome to planet-Pepe. So Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday. So I thought it'd be a cool video to do my top 5 favorite Super Bowl halftime shows. I love the Super Bowl. I mean, who doesn't? It's a national holiday, whether it's on the calendar or not. You got, even if you don't like football, you got the commercials, you got the halftime show, you got, dip, you got Friends, hot wings, everything. So it's the whole package. It's amazing. But the halftime show, so this year, before I get to my top 5, I'm going to say this year headlining is Snoop Dogg and Eminem, which I think is an interesting choice. I've done a video on Snoop Dogg. I think he's amazing. I'm really looking forward to hear what he's going to play. I love a lot of his songs. I'm sure he's just going to be smooth as ever with the crowd. Eminem, as much as I love him, I haven't done a video on M yet. I don't think I have. But I'm trying, as much as I love him and I'm pumped for it, I'm almost kind of also like, what songs is he going to play? Like a lot of his songs, I'm like, can you play that on national television, So like, I'm kind of interested. I'm going to be interested to see like what songs he throws out there. I hope he throws out Saying Goodbye to Hollywood, because that's like one of my favorite songs of his. Anyway, so this Super Bowl should be good. It's always interesting to see what artists are going to be picked and then those artists are going to play. So that's always half the fun of the Super Bowl. I'm a big football fan, but all right, without further on by itself, but I always love the halftime show. Sometimes depends on, some are better than others. So I do have a list here just so I wouldn't forget, because I actually did think, more than a second about this before I made this video. So without further ado, number 5, 2015, Katy Perry, with Missy Elliott. So that was a really good performance. Katy Perry, really, they worked well together. She played a lot of her hits. Katy Perry was first, Missy Elliott came on second. Some of the stage choices were weird. I was watching it earlier. Like some of the stage choices that Katy Perry made were like I don't even know what they were like almost looked like I was watching like a kindergarten show or something. It was weird, but she looked great. She performed great. They worked well together. So 2015, number 5 spot for me. Again, this is all subjective. Throw your comments down in the section if there's anything I missed. I almost gave the 5 spot to Paul McCartney in 2005. I almost did, and I changed it at the last second just because, as much as I love Paul McCartney and he's one of the greatest musicians to ever live, his performance was just a little. He had some, he played some good Beatles songs and stuff, but the performance was almost just a little too somber for a Super Bowl halftime show. It was almost kind of like you get all emotional, not like emotional, but you get all into it, like Hey Jude. I think he played Hey Jude, and then it's just like back to football. It's kind of hard to. It was a weird energy flow, so I was like, you know what, I'm going with Katy Perry. And Missy Elliott. That's number 5. So number 4 comes in at 2002 Super Bowl with U2. Now, I haven't done a video on U2 yet. Not the biggest fan, but they put on a great show. And also one of the only reasons this is on here is because they did a big tribute to 9/11, where they did it was a great patriotic moment. They put all the flights that went down that day, all the names, it was like a real, more of a tribute to 9/11 and that tragic day in our history. So I really appreciated that about that halftime show. So they're on number 4 for my list, and they played some of their hits, and I have some reservations about U2, but this is besides the point. This is totally subjective and about what I think about the halftime shows in general, and that was powerful. Number 3 comes in Bruce Springsteen in 2009. He probably should have been. I could have flip-flopped 3 and 4 here. It kind of could have gone either way. I have some reservations about Bruce Springsteen, but again, this is subjective. I haven't done a video on him yet, so I'll save those reservations about him and my maybe controversial thoughts on him for another time. But he put on a great show. I really do appreciate when it's just one band or performance, because sometimes, as much as I love when it's a culmination, sometimes there's so many guest stars and appearances where it's like you're all getting 30 seconds on stage. At least he got to play his set, he played great songs. And I always heard growing up, you got to go to a Bruce Springsteen concert. It'll change your opinion. Everyone's yelling Bruce, and I'm like, yeah, I like his songs, but what genre is he? I was never the biggest fan, but that was a great performance. I kind of get where they were saying, even seeing it live on TV. That was he brought the energy. It wasn't like a Paul McCartney performance. He had fun with it. He really he played a lot of his hits. That the crowd was going wild. So Bruce Springsteen in 2009 Super Bowl halftime show comes in at number 3 for me. Again, these are all just performances and what I think about those performances, not the artists themselves. Number 2 comes in at number 16 with Coldplay, which, whoa, when I heard Coldplay, I remember I actively, because at that point I was kind of like old enough. I remember this came right after the Katy Perry Super Bowl. I'm like, I don't know, Coldplay, they were going in with Beyonce and Bruno Mars. I'm like, how are they going to mesh together? And they actually did a really good job. Coldplay played a lot. They played, I forget the name. For some reason, I can't explain. St. Peter Won't Call. Why am I blanking on the song? Rule the World. I forget the exact name. I'm not the biggest Coldplay fan, but they headlined, and then Beyonce and Bruno Mars came in and they played Uptown Funk You Up, and like it was they worked so well together, and like they brought the energy. It was a lot of fun seeing those 3 together, and like I remember even I was with my friends. I watch every Super Bowl, mostly with my friends. When I was younger, we would go to like parent parties, but as we got older, we would have our own gatherings kind of thing. And I remember us watching this, and we all kind of were like, "Damn, this is like pretty good." Like, this is actually like it almost like the reason it comes in at number 2. These are all recent, by the way. I don't pretend to know who the halftime performer was in 1972. Like these are all since I've been born, kind of thing. Or at least since I've been watching the Super Bowl. I guess disclaimer there. I probably should have thrown that in at the beginning. But that was a great show, and like Coldplay really, really crushed it. They came together. It was really, really well done. And number one, the best performance by far is 2020 Shakira and J-Lo. We were sitting there just like blown away by that performance. They crushed. I've never seen anything like that, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. Now, I will say this is also literally the only good thing that came out of 2020. Everything else was shit. Everything else about that year sucked. But at least we got the best Super Bowl halftime show I have ever seen, and I think we will ever see. I'm not gonna lie, sex sells, and those 2 women, oh my God, that was like, but they were great beyond sex sells. They were like, they performed so well, and they're choreographed, and their backs ups, and the way that their cadence went, and just the way that they the way the show went, and oh my God, there is not a thing wrong with that. Is like the definition of a halftime. Like that pumped us up more than the game. Like it was almost like, oh man, it's the 3rd quarter now. Damn it, like, can't they keep singing? Like, and we were football fans, like we were like, God damn it, that show had to end. And we were blown away. We were just kind of like literal jaw dropping. Like, I can't believe what we're watching right now. And I Google it, YouTube it. I know I say that a lot, but like that's the one, like you could honestly throw that on maybe like a couple times a year and just like sit back and just be like, whoa, this is fucking awesome. And again, it was the only good thing to come out of 2020. So I thank them for that. They put on, that's the one thing that put a smile on our faces that year. So yeah, this is just my list. If I'm forgetting anything, I know that there's been other things like Rolling Stones were, I think in like the early 2000s, there's been, there's been a lot. So throw a comment down in the section. If, give me your top 5, any honorable mentions that I missed, anything that, if you agree with me, disagree with me, I would love to hear back from you. Super Bowl, on Sunday, I'm really looking forward to it. I got a whole rack of ribs. I got chips. I got everything waiting. I got some friends coming over, from the block. So, we're looking forward to it. And we're looking forward to the halftime show too. See what M plays, or if it's going to be neutered at all, or what's going to go on there. But yeah, and I'm rooting for the Rams. I'm just throwing that out there. I like both teams. I like the Bengals. I like the Rams. But Joe Burrow's young. He'll have another shot. I feel like this is Matt Stafford's real. This is his chance. And I like Matt Stafford. So he had to suffer all those years in Detroit, and now he's got a real shot in LA. So, all right. take it easy, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday when this comes. I'm throwing this out. I think this is a Wednesday, so it's a couple days before. But yeah, all right. Enjoy the game, everyone. Enjoy the halftime show from me and Stormcloud. All right. Take care, everyone. Planet Pepe. Peace.